Alright, so we'll go through the project here. That's all the parts I replaced. So here's sort of the start of it all, when I scored the pistons there. So those are the bearings for the pistons, bearings for the crank. Those are the ring clips hold the pistons together. These are two, we call them wear washers that go in the crank assembly. Those bolts are for the pistons, bolts are for the crank assembly, and all 24 of the head bolts. You've got the 3 timing chains, the 2 head gaskets. Continue on over here. We've got the spark plugs, valve stems, kind of see. Here you've got the covers for the when you do the timing. These are all the covers for it. The we call them gaskets and such for the spark plugs and sensors that go on. We've got the oil rings, or we'll call them that, for the 2, not the main oil pump, but the 2 auxiliary ones, we'll call them, go on the end of the heads. We've got the turpentine belt, belt tensioner, 3 pulleys. Of course, they all have to be a little bit different, or at least the attachments to them do. We've got the 2 air filters here. We've got the engine mount. Of course, you have to replace it all unless you have a press that you can push out the rubber insert. So maybe next time I'll get a press to do that. And then these all just go on the end. Got the 2 transmission mounts. I was able to just replace that, not the whole transmission mount. Got the oil cover and oil filter there. Switched with the LN Engineering adapter, just use a normal oil filter. Got a water pump. These are gaskets to go around for the oil pump itself. Air intake gaskets, just some plastic clips. Those are for the IMS shaft. Those go between the 2 engine block halves. This is for the coolant. Of course, it goes on here, and I couldn't get this specific one without buying this. Don't know why. You've got different gaskets for the coolant system. There, that one, and that one. This is oil drain plug. I switched it with a magnetic one. Got a low temperature sensor, keeps the coolant either on or off. Got the a hex drive for the oil pump. I put in like a tempered one, so less chance of it failing, hopefully. Got plastic components. This is the oil fill. I broke off that there, taking it apart. It's kind of sneaky bolt. And then this here clips on down here. I had to break it off because I couldn't find the quick attach. So you don't actually have to do that if you know what you're doing. This I broke somewhere on it. Down there. Over here you've got the gaskets for the exhaust. These were awesome to take apart. But I did it. And the rest of it there was not so bad. Got all the guides for the chain tensioning. It was actually just the chain. Of course, with the plastic and aluminum there, you can't just get the plastic guides. You've got to buy the whole thing all over. Or at least I couldn't figure it out. I replaced this one with billet aluminum. And this here, these go in sort of along there to hold it, but I broke that off one of them putting it in, so I was able to get it out and fix it. Put in new brake-in oil, transmission fluid, power steering fluid, brake fluid, and 50/50 coolant. And we've got just random parts, clips that I broke. Those go on the intake cams. When we cleaned them, took that out and put in new ones. There's also a wide variety of O-rings, aluminum and rubber ones there So then down here is all the stuff that I either bought and didn't need or broke. So a lot of gaskets and stuff that I either bought 2 of accidentally where I just needed 1. So that's what you're seeing, sort of. So these things, some stuff I lost it and I bought a new one, like this bolt for example, and then I found it, so I didn't really need the used one again. All just plastic cosmetic brackets and such that I broke either taking the engine out or putting it back in. And I didn't bother trying to source down the replacement ones because challenging. Windshield wipers, 24 more head bolts that I also replaced because the first time I put it all together I forgot some bolts inside and I already torqued them to yield. I did that twice. You've got at the top there oil ring because I bent the first one, put it in, a bit of an art putting on rings on a piston, but I think I figured it out. Left the manual out one day, got oil and everything all on it, and more plastic clips, and replaced the tailpipe and the exhaust. Sort of unrelated, but it's that. And that's all. Sort of the layout of everything there. So certainly a fair bit of parts. And all those boxes were all full of the plastic, just bags for all these parts. So I kept it fairly organized as I went along. And the car.